And so this quiet time tends to go in two phases. This first phase is Lectio Divina, meditation and prayer. And then it starts dissolving into unitive mystical states, which I'll talk about tomorrow. Mystical union or bust tomorrow. But I want to talk about Lectio Divina. I want to talk about Lectio Divina, ladder to heaven. Lectio Divina. I want to model it for you. How much time do I have? 10 more minutes? How much more time do I have? Well, no, I don't have an hour. How much time do I have? 10 more minutes? Where's Randy? Oh, how much time do I have?
20 minutes.
Seriously? Oh. All right, here we go. Lectio Divina. I'm going to model it for you. Okay, I'll do Lectio. I'll do it out loud with you. What you do is you remind yourself in the presence of God, and you look. It might be music. It might be art, like mandala. It might be an image. But let's say it's words. It could be the words of a scripture, the words of a poet, whatever. But here's the thing about the word. It has to be a word in which you can hear the voice of God speaking to you in that word. So I'm going to choose a text from Jesus. Jesus says, fear not, I'm with you always. That's the word. Lectio Divina is a stance of sustained receptivity to a beauty not yet thought about. See, even before you think about it, you already recognize it as beautiful. Do not be afraid, fear not, I'm with you always. It's beautiful. And in your heart, you know it's beautiful because it's true this way. And so it's God personally. In faith, you would say it's the living God personally talking to you, telling you not to be afraid. With you always. That's Lectio Divina. It's the first rung of the ladder to heaven. The second rung is discursive meditation. God says, I talk to you, now you talk to me. What do you think? Where are you at with this? You've got to sign off on this. You might journal it out. You might journal it out. It's what it is. It's reflection illumined by the touch of the oneness and love. And you reflect upon it. So I'm going to reflect out loud on it. Do not be afraid with your eyes. First of all, I notice, one thing I know, and first you got to realize when you're journaling it out, God's infinitely interested in everything you say because God's in love with you. We're an item, God says. I just love it when we talk like this. We should do it more often. See? And you say, I noticed you're not telling me not to be afraid because you'll personally see to it that nothing terrible will happen to me. Look what happened to you. So when Jesus says, follow me, it sounds like a good idea to see where he's taking you. See, the mystery of the cross, the mystery of the cross. The mystery of the cross is how can I learn from love to die at the hands of love until nothing's left of me but love. See? There's this great death. Because love is the ultimacy of reality this way. And so you're not promising me that I'm going to be. Why? How could I? Since my brothers and sisters all over the world are suffering so much, we're all woven into each. We belong to each other, this way. And but what you're telling me is, regardless of what happened, not to be afraid, because you're one with me in what's happening to this. If God is Lord of life, God is Lord of death. God's the infinity of life, God's the infinity of death, because death is the gate of heaven, this way. And so you say, well, it's a lovely idea, Lord. But you know what? You were afraid. In the Garden of Gethsemane, you sweat blood, trauma, PTSD. He saw executions. He knew what was about to happen. You were afraid. Or are you telling me, not that I shouldn't be afraid when scary things happen, but I shouldn't be afraid of being afraid because you're one with me in my fear, and you're sustaining me in my fear. And even if I fall apart, you're one with me in the depths of myself that never falls apart as I fall apart. This way I know it's true. I can't explain it, but I know that it's true. Is that what you're asking me to do? This way, like this. And that's the meditation. The prayer is from the heart, help me with this. Because I can't deepen your unexplainable oneness with me unless you deepen it in me. See? The very fact I'm sitting here like this in sincerity is your love for me, or I wouldn't be able to sit like this. I couldn't talk like this if God wasn't in love with me, allowing me to talk like this, and you couldn't listen to it unless God was in love with all of us listening to it this way. It's true, isn't it? It's true. It's really true. And that's the prayer. You end the prayer by asking God